Hello everybody, welcome back to Low Def Media. My name is Mike and thank you for taking the time to follow the channel. Hey, today we are going to be talking about Insta360's new camera. It's a webcam, the Insta360 Link. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, if you looked at the title, it says, "Here we go again." Now, I'm going to say a couple things just to kind of get the administrative stuff out of the way. First, if you end up finding what it is you thought you were looking for when you clicked on the thumbnail, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. And then secondly, if this is the kind of content that you enjoy seeing, hey, do me a favor, become a subscriber. Really helps out the channel. All right, so let's get into the meat of it. It's not going to take very long, but I just felt like someone had to get out there and give kind of like an assessment from the average consumer. Now, this camera came out a couple days ago. I think it was on the 2nd, August 2nd. And so we've seen 2 full days of influencers post their videos and try to convince us that we need this camera. I will tell you this, that if this camera had come out 2 years ago during the pandemic, maybe even right after the pandemic, then yes, there would have been probably a much larger market looking for a camera like this. But now that we're on the downward slope of the pandemic, there are a number of cameras out there, webcams, that do a wonderful job, kind of like the one I'm using here. I've decided to use my 1080p webcam to film this vlog so that you can see that there are decent alternatives out there, and this one only costs $35. Now, Insta360's pitching their camera for $299. And on paper, it does check a lot of boxes. It's a great camera. Now, if it were a standalone camera, I might see that they have an argument, but being that it's a webcam and you're going to clip this to the top of your monitor, I don't really see the need or the value in this particular camera. And that's not to say I don't like Insta360 or webcams, or for that matter, influencers who are trying to convince you to buy it. No, this is an impartial review / opinion. I don't have the camera, so I'm not influenced by them. They don't, give me any cool stuff, and I'm not an influencer for them. So this is impartial. This is just an average consumer. Now, I have Insta360 cameras. I have a DJI camera and a DJI drone. And I can't help but notice that this Insta360 Link looks eerily similar to the DJI Osmo Pocket 1 and 2. So if it were a standalone camera attempting to do what those cameras already do, then I could kind of say, all right, well, I can see what you're aiming for. But when I can take any number of cameras and turn them into a webcam, specifically my iPhone, with the new update that just came out, you have the ability to shoot a face down kind of image, and it will capture what's on your desk. So you can do one of those top-down type views. And so being that that's coming out, and I don't have to spend any extra money on that because I already own my iPhone, I don't really see the value in a $299 webcam that does a lot of the same things that cameras we already have do. I can take my DSLR or my Fuji 4K camera and I can connect it to my Mac, and just with a simple software, download some piece of software, I can get it to work as a webcam and the image is great. And I don't need to go out and spend any extra money. So for me, I don't see the value in this particular camera. And I said here we go again because recently Insta360 came out with their Insta360 RS, I think it's the 1RS 1-inch edition. Yeah, that sounds great. And so it's a really high-end 360 camera that they've retailed for $899. And this does not cater to the average consumer. If I need a 360 camera, I'm going to go for their 1X2 camera, which is under $500, and I already own it. Or I'm going to go for their 1RS, which is more like an action camera, and it's modular, and I can kind of put together the pieces that I need and still come out under that $899 price tag. So I think that camera was geared more towards the professional user. Even though they made it for that demographic, they pitched it for the average consumer like you and me. And so I don't really think that there's a market for that. Just like I don't think there's a market for the Insta360 Link. But hey, maybe I'm way off base, maybe I'm wrong, and that's where you come in. You can let me know, hey, what do you think? Hit me up in the comments below, let me know your thoughts, and in a follow-up episode, we can read those comments and maybe we can have a discussion about how I was wrong and you were right. Or possibly, maybe your feedback will say, we were both thinking the same thing. But hey, this is Mike, this is Low Def Media. Told you it wasn't going to be a long, blown out dissertation on this camera. Just a real quick feedback, what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking. So let me know what you're thinking, and we will see you in the next one.